Hello once again, everybody, and welcome back to another day of UTK Esports. Tonight's game will be UTK Overwatch team, our third team, the gold team, and their NECC placements. If you guys watched Marvel Rivals placements, which were streamed on Tuesday, it's going to work the exact same way. It's going to be a best of three, multiple opponents played, um, should be three, and it's going to be just best we can do, and that gets you a higher division. Without further ado, let's get into the starting five for tonight. For UTK Gold's starting five, it's going to be Baralt on the tank, Paravir and Zippy on the DPS, and it's going to be Mallow and Root mode cleaning up on the back line on the support roles. We will be starting soon. Thank you for your patience, everybody. We are ready to start game 1 here of the first placement match. UTK Gold's first opponent will be the University of Louisville's red team. Quick introduction for Louisville. You're going to have July, Flashy, Cloudy, Jumba, and Masterfy. Bans for this game are going to be a Wu Yang ban from the side of UTK Gold.
Ready for battle.
And a Sombra ban from the side of University of Louisville. Without further ado, let's get into the first game. Looks like we got a very classic brawl comp here rolling out for UTK Gold, and it's looking a little bit more divey with the D.Va on the side of University of Louisville. We're going to be on Baralt's POV here to see how UTK opens things up here. And it is going to be Louisville taking early point control here, and it's Jumba getting an early pick onto Zippy. Not good for UTK. They're going to look to try and fight this. Baralt hits a good two-man axe, trying to look for an advantage here. D.Va is going to fall to half health, burns through her boosters, while Louisville takes early point control, and it's going to be first to 100 here, gets the round. On the Reaper cam of Paravir, Suzu is forced, and D.Va is demeched for Louisville. Cleanup by Paravir, goes for the medkit, looking to fight with Baralt. Forces to fade on the Reaper, no boop for Masterfy as he falls to Mallow's boop. And it's Zippy cleaning up too, and that's a pretty quick fight win for UTK. Ultimate's getting close here, root mode already at 90% on the Moira. Very good work on his heals, and it's going to be close to a Kitsune rush for Jumba and Louisville.
Like a gentle rain.
Louisville staging on the high ground, looking for an advantage, looking for their D.Va to dive into the game. And it is Cloudy getting the pick onto Mallow as root mode's coalescence comes out. Rush comes out for Louisville as Baralt and Zippy get two. And Visor comes out as well from July. Is going to find root mode as Baralt tries to chase him down and get the kill, and he does. And it's Paravir left to fight on point all by himself with Mallow. Does get the Blossom off, doesn't get anything, and the beat comes out from Mallow, does get root mode with it, but isn't really there to capitalize off anything. Some pretty lackluster ultimates there on the side of UTK. Mallow and Paravir not getting a lot of value, while the same can't be said for Louisville as July picked up one with his tactical visor. On the cam of Flashy here for Louisville, looking to set up and get the Death Blossom here. He has nothing to worry about because there is nothing to stop it. Playing low, getting the med kit, and it is going to be a beat on the side of Louisville. Jumba gets a kill onto Paravir, and it is Cloudy fighting on point, looking for cleanup. Singles out root mode on the Moira and gets the triple kill. Cloudy picking up the final blows onto root mode and Zippy, with Jumba cleaning up. Paravir swapping onto the Genji, wasn't faring the Reaper into the D.Va, rightfully so. It is a tougher matchup going into that. Baralt with the Queen ult and Zippy with the High Noon. Root mode approaching Coalescence again for the second time this round, doing a lot of output there. And it is Louisville with three ults, of their own. And Zippy gets first pick regardless. Baralt gets a huge Queen ult. D.Va Bomb to survive for Louisville, and it is a Death Blossom by Flashy, not finding anything. But regardless of that, it's Louisville picking up 2, 3 now. Baralt falls as well, Flashy picking up multiple kills at the end there, and UTK first round is going to fall, just getting out-brawled by Louisville with the D.Va comp.
0 to 1. Ready for battle.
안녕. Can't they get anything done without us?
It's a full-time job being the capable ones.
Some comp changes coming out for UTK. It's going to be Parvir going onto the Tracer, Mallow onto the Brig, something with a little bit more sustain between Root Mode's Moira and Mallow's Brig, and it's Louisville keeping the same comp as they now go onto Ilios Ruins. And if Louisville wins this, they will take Game 1 in a best-of-3 series. Onto the POV of Flashy with his soldier on right side. Flashy looking for a TP, some kind of engage onto the core of UTK. Is going to instead get an anchor point and is going to almost kill Root Mode. Does find Parvir. Fade is forced, but it doesn't matter. Louisville has the advantage and they are going to press it. Cloudy finds Mallow, and it's going to be Baralt trying to challenge, but to no avail, as Root Mode caught without Fade is going to get cleaned up, and Flashy is there. July picking up 2. Another just good brawl for Louisville. They're finding their ints, and they're capitalizing off them. When Root Mode gets his Fade forced, or Baralt gets caught out in the open, it's going to be a lot of damage put out onto him, and it's going to be tough to play into the defense matrix of Cloudy. On the Tracer cam, forcing point behind, challenging July, is not going to be very successful. Drop the heal field, instead going to go back and help his team, and Cloudy is demeched. Zippy pushing up with his team, is looking for kills. It's Root Mode for support, trying to challenge Cloudy in the baby mech, and is going to find the kill, and Louisville wins the team fight. 49% for Louisville, really good progress, but now they're going to have to take their offense to UTK, while UTK is going to have 5 ultimates. Masterfy just not having done as much as the rest of his team on the Lucio, only 60% to ult, while half of his percentage gets thrown through. And Mallow picks up first kill onto July, a good opening pick for Louisville. Parvir on the glow ground, poking out the D.Va. Does have the pulse bomb. Needs to make sure that doesn't get eaten by defense matrix. Pulse bomb hits Masterfy. Doesn't stick, but Masterfy jumps into it. And it's 4 ults for the rest of UTK. Excellent there by Parvir, only using 1 and getting the kill to push back Louisville. On the Baralt cam, waiting for Jumba's Suzu, is going to try and ult as soon as he hears that. The rush comes out. Jumba, rush comes through, and it's going to be a Death Blossom for Flashy. Finds 2. Jumba with cleanup onto Baralt, and Baralt's ultimate just didn't find enough there, and his team couldn't live long enough.
Dust off the boots.
Louisville now with 62%, over half point control. UTK did get 67 there, really good progress, but now they're going to have to take it back from Louisville, and their brawl against them has won more fights than it's lost. Flashy going on the flank. Let's see what he can do. Challenging Baralt. Looking for some high burst damage. Is going to have his Fade forced at full HP. Beat comes through for Masterfy in response to Zippy, and Zippy falls. It's going to be a huge brawl on Coast here as Louisville again just outvalues UTK. And it is going to be Flashy picking a final kill, and that is going to be a Game 1 victory for Louisville as UTK just isn't able to get their brawl up to speed against them. Going into Diva is not what you want to have, especially when you're playing against Reaper. It is Jumba picking up play of the game. We are going to go to a short recess here as next map and bans are decided. after a quick pause, it is going to be on to game 2 of the series against Louisville. And it is going to be on the push game mode of Esperanza. UTK, after last game, wasn't too fond of going against the Diva, so they tossed out that ban pretty quickly. And Louisville, not favoring the Brig of Mallow, is going to be banning Brigitte. Updating the score, it is Louisville up 1-0. If they win this game, it is going to be an 0-2 for UTK on the series. And falling down 1 on their placements.
Ready for battle.
Looks like we're seeing yet another brawl comp here for UTK, this time favoring the Reinhardt instead of the Junker Queen. No. Either way, it is going to come down to target priority and speeding and acting fast between Baral and Paravir. And it looks like they're going to be keeping a similar setup for Louisville, as Cloudy makes the swap onto Winston, Jumba onto Ana, and Masterfy onto Wu Yang after it's no longer banned. Baral holding up his shield, trying to help his team walk. Might be looking for a pin here. Is just going to help his team clear height, trying to walk onto the back line of Louisville. Root Mode finds first pick, but Zippy is traded. Paravir picking up the kill onto Masterfy, trying to force out Cloudy, is instead going to help Baral in trying to force out the Reaper. Paravir challenges Cloudy single-handedly and kills it. Zippy walking back from spawn, Mallow on car, and it is Baral swinging, and that's a reset and a swap from Jimba onto the Baptiste, favoring a little bit more survivability, and found himself a little too easily dove. And it's July picking up first pick onto Zippy again. Zippy is just getting caught out early for UTK and hasn't been able to work. Masterfy picking up the kill onto Root Mode, and it's UTK falling down early again. Baral finds the pin, but does die, and it's Paravir hiding away and living to fight another day as he's challenged by Flashy. He's going to need help from his supports, though, and he doesn't get it. Falls.
We must stop the enemy from advancing.
And it's U of L with control now, as July runs back. Cloudy is on height. And U of L pushes to get close to the lead here. Cloudy just staying on the corner, watching for whichever way UTK goes. And it is going to be Mallow jumping in, and is going to fall to Flashy as Root Mode's Coalescence comes through. A lot of healing output, but UTK needs to stable here and get their health back up. Geralt falls very low, and Flashy looks for the Death Blossom, does help find 1 kill, but it's Paravir running away with bot right now. Buddy's going to get caught out here. Does get the kill onto Jumba. It's not over yet, and maybe it is. Mallow just isn't able to help him there, and instead goes to taxi her team back to the fight. On the Baralt cam here, looking for the Earth Shatter. UTK has 3 ultimates while Louisville matches. It is going to be Louisville doesn't quite have the lead yet. UTK can work with it. And it's no fade for Flashy. Is UTK going to be able to work with it? Yes, they are. Zippy finds 1, and he's going to try and challenge Flashy on the Reaper. Primal Rage comes through as Paravir pushes up, takes space, and forces U of L back. bot moves forward. Progress being made by UTK. The same cannot be said for U of L. That Diva ban might be being felt right now. And Cloudy gets a pick on the Mallow once again, but Baral gets the trade. U of L without a support. And it's Baral with a big shatter and a pin onto Masterfy. Gets another kill onto July. And it is U of L. Jumba burning through the window. And it is going to be swapping to the Kiriko now. Always a solid pick. And Cloudy going on to the Hazard. A pretty good tank swap. Gets the wall. A really good wall onto UTK. Root mode forced to use the Coalescence to help keep his team up during the visor of July. Cloudy falls very low. Root mode forced to fall back, and it's UTK fighting on the corner. Flashy forced out with his fade, and it's Root mode looking for damage. Might find one. No, he is not, and instead it's July picking up yet another kill. Paravir finds his one, and another kill. A huge Blossom possibly coming out, but no, it's countered by Flashy's own Blossom, and it's U of L coming back from the brink and winning the team fight, stopping UTK's push. Over half the game's time is gone now, and UTK does have a noticeable lead over U of L as they continue to push. And UTK is here to fight early, and they are not letting that bot move. And Paravir diffs Flashy on the Reaper. Hazard ult comes out. Doesn't seem to find anybody. July finds Baral, but it's U of L losing two. Paravir trying to clean up July with Mallow, and Root mode comes in from the heavens and cleans it up. Zippy on the high ground, looking for the high noon still here. His best target for that is probably going to be onto the Lucio. If he catches Masterfy out when he's wall riding or something, he will find that kill pretty easily. It's Flashy being a nuisance, causing some distraction, and it's a rush coming out while Zippy, and it's a huge shatter! Zippy with a 3-man ultimate, and it's a quintuple kill for Zippy! An amazing ultimate into the Kitsune Rush to deny it entirely, and Baralt's shatter coming in as well to help secure the kills. Mallow with the Lucio beat, Masterfy with the same. And it is going to be similar ult economy for both teams. Paravir gets slept and Zippy's forced to look behind him and is going to fall to Cloudy's swap onto the Ramatra. And it's Paravir and Root mode looking to terrorize the backline, is going to find 2 kills. They're not out of this yet. They're making sure that they get their piece. Paravir approaching the Death Blossom. If he can catch, is going to catch out Flashy on the Cassidy and is going to get the kill, and it's UTK pushing the bot back once again, not giving U of L any breathing room. Cloudy on the high ground, challenging the cart, and it's a great headshot by Zippy once again. He has found his mark. Mallow still with the Lucio B, probably saving it for Ramatra ult or the visor. Root mode once again approaching ult, and it's Mallow instead aggro beating into Louisville. Masterfy forced to respond, and it is Flashy's ultimate not finding anything, and it's the Death Blossom of Paravir also not finding anything. And is U of L winning that 2 ults against UTK, just finding better value themselves. Mallow aggro beating into U of L, maybe not the greatest call there. probably better to save it to try and kite against possibly a Nano Annihilation or a Nano Visor is what U of L is playing for. Deja Vu once again as Bot is stuck at the corner here of UTK's bridge. UTK not letting any space be given as Cloudy moves up to try and force them off the high ground. And there's the Nano Annihilation! Multiple ultimates come out for both sides. It's a Nano Annihilation for U of L and Root Mode's Coalescence along with Baralt's Earth Shatter. Regardless, Cloudy falls. Harvir on the low ground, on the high ground, excuse me, and he is going to find 2 kills of his own, forcing July to flee in terror as there are 30 seconds left of this round. UTK with a sizable lead over U of L right now, and U of L does have the ult economy over them between July and Flashy. Zippy with his own High Noon is going to pop it now, and he might find Cloudy. Does get him very low, and it's Mallow getting the cleanup. It's July not popping the tactical visor, and instead Flashy not finding anything with his. Cloudy swaps onto the ball, but it doesn't make a difference. UTK is going to get the win there on game 2. A very good turnaround for them. Looking at the stat line, it's going to be Paravir doing a lot of work there, going 29-4 on the Reaper. 8k damage, most on the team. And play of the game is going to go to Root Mode, just a lot of healing output for his entire team, keeping them up in the middle of the fight. And it is now going to go to a game 3, UTK 1, U of L 1. Score is updated, and now it's just going to be map pick for U of L, and bans will be taken by both sides. We'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for waiting. We are on Game 3 of this first series of UTK Gold's placement matches against the University of Louisville's red team. UTK winning that Esperanza push map last time pretty decisively after their Ilios loss on Game 1. It is going to be a soldier ban on the side of UTK. Not liking going against July's soldier, was doing a lot of damage to them. And then on the side of U of L, it is going to be a Moira ban. Not liking the sustain that Root Mode was giving his team last game. Final map here is going to be Flashpoint on Surabasa. First to cap 3 points, wins the game, wins the series, and moves to 1-0 in their placement match. And it is going to be U of L moving back to their comp that they used on Ilios. That very deadly Diva Brawl was just finding so much success against Paravir, but UTK might have adapted into it now, going into the counter pick of Zarya. Teams fight around main here, and we're on the Baralt cam as he looks to get charge. Now, the big play here for UTK is going to be to try and bubble Paravir, their Reaper, into the enemy team, and it's going to be July getting first pick on the Mallow. Baralt has high charge, but he has no bubbles. He needs to be careful. Paravir trying to challenge the enemy team. Diva is going to fall very low. Suzu is forced, but it's July once again just finding first pick. Deadly double headshot onto Paravir, and it is going to be U of L taking point control first. Ultimate's not really close for anybody on UTK, only halfway there. Mallow nowhere near it. While for U of L, the same cannot be said. July gonna build that high noon this fight, and Jumba probably also going to build the rush if U of L takes enough damage. Speed ring comes out from Root Mode, and it's going to be a speed engage onto U of L, but they are just going to kite it. Flashy looks for the flank, is working behind them. Another speed ring comes out. UTK does finally decide to walk in now. The rush comes out for U of L, and it is going to be a Juno ult to stabilize. Not going to work though. Just too much damage for U of L. It's the same problems as before as it was on Ilios, just you still have the speed potential of Root Mode's Juno speed ring, but Masterfy on the Lucio constantly has that potential, and UTK just, they need to play for their strengths, and they need to go onto a target, whether that be the Cassidy or Jumba. It's Paravir with the Death Blossom, and Zippy and Baralt with their ults as well, while U of L has their own 3. Flashy pops the Death Blossom, doesn't find anything. Paravir looking for his own Death Blossom, gets too low, does get 1 kill, and it is going to be a DMAC for Cloudy and an instant kill. Great first fight there on second point for UTK. Looking for early control and to make this a 1-1 for the game. Cloudy with bomb for Remec, and it is going to try and escort his team with the defense matrix. Playing into the Zarya, full charge is going to be dealing a lot of damage, especially when you give her charge. And it's Zippy picking up the kill onto Flashy. High noon from Louisville doesn't find anything. It's excellently kited. And it's Cloudy trying to escort his team back. And it's going to be a grab coming out from UTK as both support also responded for U of L. An excellent high noon comes out for Zippy and does find Masterfy. A good pick. Fade is forced for Flashy as U of L is forced to go back, and they might not have a touch here. They do not, and UTK makes it an even 1-1. Once again, very good zoning there from Zippy's high noon, just completely getting rid of Jumba's Kitsune Rush. Root mode, 85% on the Juno Beam, and Paravir, 61% on the Death Blossom. Same is said for Flashy. Cloudy still has not used Bomb yet. It is going to be UTK here with ult advantage. They're going to want to use Root mode's Beam here to try and burn down a target. And look for their into onto point. Geralt looking for charge, looking to help his team walk. Juno Beam comes out onto point for UTK. U of L does kite it pretty well, and it is July picking up the kill on a Root mode. Zippy at the back, free shooting, getting good hits. Geralt, high charge, looking to try and stable with his team though, but they are kiting towards U of L spawn. The Zarya at maximum charge, trying to get the kill onto D.Va, is not going to get the D-Mech, and it's July picking up 2 once again. Taking a look at the scoreboard, and it looks like all U of L right now. You would think that this was a pretty clean sweep, despite UTK getting it 1-1. Let's see what UTK can do here. They're going to be getting close to 3 ultimates, while U of L has all 4 of theirs. Louisville fighting on Fountain. Rush comes out. Zippy denies it once again with the high noon. All playing behind Fountain. Paravir forces them out of Fountain. Zippy finds 2 once again. Finds another one. And it is July picking up 3 of his own. It's Cash versus Cash trades. It's Mallow and Zippy fighting on point, but it's not enough, and U of L takes the second point, and now UTK is going to have to win 2 in a row in order to get this win.
Come on, Cole. Try a little harder.
Next point unlocked is going to be Gardens, it seems, as U of L gets there early and sets up their defense. Paravir electing to go off of the Reaper onto the Tracer. We'll see how that plans out. I actually thought his Reaper was doing pretty good, but now it's going to be fragile playing into the D.Va and the Cassidy of July, which has been finding a lot of success. Flashy tries for the Death Blossom, but is denied by Zippy's Flashbang. Mallow with the rally is going to fall regardless of it, and it is just Geralt and UTK fighting on main point, and it's Flashy TPing behind and getting the kill, and it's Geralt falling next. Not good for UTK, as Paravir does successfully make it out. A stagger there would not have been good for them. 4 ultimates for U of L. 2, almost 3 for UTK. Let's see how this plays out. Speed Ring comes out early, and it's Paravir picking up first pick onto July somehow. That's a really good pick for them. Cassidy falling early. Zippy finds it next, and it's going to be UTK looking to get aggressive here. Hopefully no ultimates are used. They should be staggering the baby D.Va, and they're not going to. Cloudy gets respawn with Masterfy, and it is going to be 99% overtime for U of L. UTK cannot lose a fight now. It's 4 ultimates for UTK, 4 for U of L. And it's going to be a battle of who blinks first. Speed ring on the stairs for UTK, a very aggressive play as Zippy looks for the high noon. Doesn't find anything. 8 by Defense Matrix and falls. It's going to need to be ultimates coming out for U of L as Grab finds nothing. Pulse Bomb hits nothing as well, and it's probably going to be U of L taking the game here as they just outplay UTK. UTK really didn't have to speed ring and force themselves onto the stairs there. They could have allowed UTK to walk into them, and instead, it was UTK walking into U of L, and that was the fatal mistake that cost them that point and the game, and ultimately the series. Play of the game going to July. Excellent play on the Cassidy all around for him. It is going to be this high noon on the counter of Zippy. July picking up 2 early there, and is going to find Baral and cleans up the rest there. And it's going to be UTK Gold going down 0-1 on their placement matches. We'll take a longer intermission for next lobby to be set up. Thank you for waiting, everybody.
Initiating match.
Series 2 of 3 is going to be against Drexel University's Gold Team. Hero bands came out to be Wu Yang for UTK. And Tracer for Drexel.
Ready for battle.
Scores are reset. Hero bands are shown. Another best of 3 starting from the beginning. Lijiang Tower was picked by UTK for the first map. A classic brawl, one of the oldest maps in the game. And it is going to be the classic brawl that we've seen all night. Reinhardt with Zippy on the cast, Paravir on Reaper, and Rootmode and Mallow on the Moira and Lucio respectively. And it's going to be a Rein duel on main, while Colin on the Freya is going to be dealing a lot of damage, and it's Gouda picking up a triple kill for Drexel. Very, very early strong showing from them.
Stay out of my way.
And it's already going to be Baralt swapping onto the Hazard. And it looks like it's going to be UTK hopefully going inside White Room on their left side of the map. Instead, kind of dilly-dallying around, not taking a direction, and they finally decide to walk on a White Room. Paravir on the Genji, looking to put out a little bit of pressure. They are going into a little bit more of a dive comp now, probably looking to get onto the Ash of Gouda. And it's Baralt on the Hazard, looking for his in, and Mallow gets the diff onto Senna, putting them up 1. Baralt blocking desperately to try and live, is going to fall very low, trying to force out Gouda, and is going to get shattered. Splashtastic trying to live on point. UTK got the flip, and it's seems to be, yeah, it's going to be Drexel taking the point back after a 17% cap from UTK. And it's 2 ultimates for Drexel, and it's going to be 3, almost 4 for UTK, so do have ult advantage. Colin on the Freya, looking for the bullet shot, already built. Tosses it down main, doesn't hit anything. And it's going to be a rush coming out for Unwritten as Zippy at the back looks for Poke. Paravir fighting on point. And it's a beat, good beat coming out from Mallow, looking to try and run onto Drexel. Paravir on the back line, both DPS check him. Looks to try and challenge Colin. Colin doesn't see him, and it's going to be a Blade coming out for Paravir to no effect. All the people for Drexel were already dead. Not an ultimate that you want to lose there with no value. Splashtastic already close to shatter again, 94%. Looking for the shatter, hits Root Mode. Root Mode is going to live. Zippy with the high noon finds 2. Another great high noon from him today. And a good shot there at the end, and it's Baralt picking up 2, Zippy with 2, and Root with 1 that fight, as Root is the only person even close to an ultimate for UTK. Meanwhile, the same can't be said for Drexel, as both DPS near theirs and Senna on the Lucio has his. It's a walk into Right Room for Drexel as they look to take space on point. And it's an aggro beat. Splashtastic missing the charge while Gouda finds the dynamite kill on Paravir. Baralt still challenging, and it is going to be a bullet shot from Colin. Not finding anything. Gouda with the bob. And it is going to be UTK desperately fighting to keep the point alive, and it's not going to be to any avail. Got it close there, 99 to 82 for round 1, but it's just going to be Drexel getting a little bit more value there. I think the main contributor is Paravir's Dragon Blade just getting legitimately 0 value. He just popped it way too late. The fight was already won. Now moving on to probably one of the most famous brawl maps in the entire game. It is going to be Lijiang Control Center. Going to feature a primary walk route down here with a circular point in the middle. You're going to expect both teams to fight in this white room early.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And it is going to be a matter of who gets the Rhine Brawl better.
One more mistake.
Splashtastic and Baralt are there. Baralt's still not on the Reinhardt, staying on the Hazard. Zippy onto the Hanzo, looking for a little bit more burst damage. As Paravir looks for a flank. Gets onto Colin, might kill him here. Ooh, greeds the deflect and pays for it. And it is going to be Drexel taking first fight and point control. Colin already at 67% on the bullet shot. Let's keep an eye on him for a little bit as Drexel continues to get good value off their brawl. Splashtastic falling very low. Suzu is forced. The bullet shot comes out, gets a hit. No follow-up though, as the entirety of UTK gold does fall a little low, but they do quickly stable. Splashtastic close to the shatter, might be looking for it here. And it is a good, amazing beat by Mallow to keep the team up. Brute mode caught in the pin, very unfortunate for them. It's Zippy at the back, trading off Splashtastic as UTK tries to keep this fight alive. They're all picking up Colin, it's not over yet. Gouda trades Paravir. And it is going to be a cleanup by Senna onto Zippy. Root mode getting the trade. And it is just a fight on point, but Drexel still retains control. And it is going to be UTK backing out now and playing to use their ultimates. It is going to be 2 for Drexel and 4 for UTK. So let's see what they can make happen here. Root mode gets an early pick onto Gouda. Beat comes out. Watch for Paravir's Dragon Blade. Finds Colin. He might look for the Dragon Blade here. Nope, it's going to be Cleanse and a Rain. Dragon Blade comes out. No, it's an amazing pin onto Paravir by Splashtastic. Completely shutting it down. Zippy, though, it's not over. Finds a double kill. Zippy is carrying them with the ultimate value this game. Root mode cleans up Colin and is going to be a fight win for UTK, all thanks to Zippy's incredible Dragon Strike. All right. Root mode still holding on to the Coalescence. Mallow halfway to beat, and it's going to be nothing else for UTK, while the same can't be said for Drexel as they have 4 ultimates ready to go. 3 are used right now, and it's still UTK getting the value. Root mode finds 2 with Coalescence. What is happening? This is an amazing round 2 for UTK. They've been getting so much value all of a sudden. All that's left for Drexel now is the Kitsune Rush. They used 3 ultimates last fight, and they use it right now. UTK can easily kite that. Paravir playing on left side. playing LOSing, and it's Mallow swallowed up by the Rhine Fin. Root mode trying to keep Beralt alive. Suzu's forced for Drexel. Root mode backs out. Fades up to the high ground. It's Zippy on the angle, looking for shots. Storm Arrow is used. Sees the Cassidy, tries to kill Gouda, doesn't get it. And it is Paravir, not able to get him as well as Unwritten and Colin find their kills. Splashtastic, yet another pin. And it's Mallow using a beat to try and keep Beralt and herself up. And it's Senna with an equally questionable beat, but it is 99 for Drexel, so, I mean, I guess you can't be too mad at the ultimate usage at the end. But, UTK had it there. They just got beat on that last fight. They're just getting swallowed up by the unfortunate Rhine pins. But excellent set of matches there.
Play of the game.
Is Gouda picking up play of the game on Ash. Probably going to be, on first point here. A huge dynamite. Finds a shot onto Mallow. Finds another onto Zippy and another onto Root. This was the triple kill. Is going to help clean up Paravir. Yeah, had a bit of everything there. Be a few minutes for next map and bans to be decided. Welcome back, everybody, to Game 2 against Drexel. UTK unfortunately losing the last one in a onslaught of round 2. Just unfortunately getting outvalued by the ultimates of Drexel. It is going to be a 0-1 for the score. Ban for UTK is going to be Ash. Ban for Drexel is going to be Hazard.
Ready for battle.
Alright, without further ado, let's jump in here. Second map is going to be Push on Esperanza. Very similar. Exactly the same as it was against Louisville for UTK. And this map they did win last time, so maybe they'll be able to change things to keep things similar. It's Parvir starting out on the Bastion here. An interesting pick for him. Playing into the Winston is actually going to be a really good start for them. Nothing different, though, for the rest of UTK. However, it is going to be Splashtastic swapping onto the Winston. On the Baralt cam, it is going to be Splashtastic already falling very low. Parvir, using Bastion form, catches out Gouda. And it is going to be 1-up for UTK, 2-up thanks to Mallow. Focusing down Splashtastic. Oh, and it's going to be a pause on the game. Never mind, says Drexel. Anyway, Parvir halfway to ultimate charge already after the first fight. Looking good for him. Collins says the same. Other than that, nothing really of note there for ultimate economy. Parvir close up, using the form. Splashtastic swapping onto the D.Va to help deal with that Bastion form, and it is going to be a trade. Splashtastic, both Lucios being traded for the teams. Parvir running onto Gouda, and it is going to be a kill. While a bola shot comes out on a Baralt. Does hit, but doesn't kill anything. It is going to be a good kill with the grenade, with the AoE damage for Parvir. It is going to be a very nice D-mech and a kill for Baralt onto Splashtastic as Bot is being taken back. A little cheeky C9 in the back there by Unwritten. Zippy shows him the spawn room. Parvir and Root Mode and Zippy with their ultimates. Baralt close to his, and it's Gouda with his. UTK has the ult economy. Checkpoint is hit for UTK. Let's free cam and see what's going on here. You have Gouda checking and walking up on left side as UTK is kind of forced back. Artillery comes out for Parvir onto Zenith, and it is going to kill him. Good value there for him, and it is going to be Parvir shutting down Gouda's High Noon as Drexel is forced to kite back. Excellent play here for UTK as they continue to gain progress. Baralt takes arrows from Freya, and it is already going to fall to half health, sitting on the Earth Shatter. Could see a combo between him and Zippy, just like last time, where Zippy had an incredible 3K with his Deadeye. The bullet shot comes out, doesn't hit, and it is going to be Zippy with an amazing anti from their Ana, and it's Mallow with the beat. Zippy finds a kill onto Unwritten with the High Noon. And it's still UTK pushing. Gouda onto the Sojourn, looking for some more consistent damage, and it is full brawl for Drexel as they swap onto the Orisa. Parvir turns into turret form. Gouda backs out, and it is going to be UTK playing the corner while it seems like they're down. Artillery already back for Paravir, getting it twice in 4 minutes. Ooh, excellent dodging there from Unwritten on the Ana, the primary target of that artillery, and lives it. Root mode with the Coalescence. And it is going to be a shatter for Baralt, but it is reacted by Senna with the Transcendence. Nano coming out onto Splashtastic. As they approach the corner, it's going to be UTK fighting around it, trying to stop this bot progress. It is going to be a good shield for Paravir's turret form, but it is Baralt falling. Too much damage on the front line. Still, it's UTK fighting on the corner, though. They aren't giving this position up easily. Turret form is used. Paravir trying to live, and he is just going to get decimated by the Terra Surge of Splashtastic. Also picking up root mode. 3 ultimates close for UTK, only 1 for Drexel. The overclock of Gouda. We're going to keep on the Gouda cam for a little bit. Hopefully catch wind of this overclock. Drexel finally getting to try and get close to the lead of UTK. UTK got a lot there on that last push. Half the game time is gone. And it is both support ults here, and it's a Sim TP up to height. Great shot there for Zippy. Possible Ajax for Mallow. Doesn't happen, and it's both support ults used for UTK as Gouda is forced to retreat, popping the overclock. Paravir onto the Sim, trying to look for some kind of kill, but instead it's going to be Colin finding Paravir. Zippy, the only person close to ult here. Baralt, after this fight, will probably have his, and it's 3 ultimates now for Drexel, having the ult advantage. Colin on the Freya, has the bullet shot. Let's see if he can make something happen with it. High Noon comes out for Zippy. It does find it onto Splashtastic. All the ultimates at once come out for Drexel. Nano boost onto Splashtastic. He finds one, and it's going to be Zippy caught out as well. Paravir gets out, and it is going to be Drexel very close to the lead here for UTK. Terra Surge online for Splashtastic. He might look for it here. Sim TP behind. It's Paravir with the rest of his team getting on to Senna and Unwritten. The supports for Drexel. And it is going to be Colin caught out very low. Paravir also falling low as the wall doesn't quite protect him the way he wants. It is going to be, once again, a Sim TP, and it's going to be an amazing collapse onto Gouda and Colin for Drexel as they look for the kills, and Colin falls as well. Does get the wave respawn, but Rumo gets traded out. Earthshatter beat and Coalescence online for UTK. Zippy close to Dragon Strike. Meanwhile, for Drexel, it's calling Gouda and Splashtastic with their ultimates. Baralt hiding to the left room here for UTK, looking for the pin onto the Orisa. Forces the gold, and it's going to be UTK pushing the bot back as they do not want Drexel to get any progress. They are already close to the lead as it is. Baralt looking for the Earth Shatter. Just cannot find a decent target to get onto. The Terra Surge comes out for Splashtastic and just doesn't find anything. Still holding on to the Earth Shatter. Doesn't have a target yet. And it is Zippy getting first pick. At the back here, he got a nice headshot onto Colin. And it is Splashtastic fighting on point here, but he might fall here soon. No, he's not. Zippy with a kill onto Senna as Zippy is on the high ground, putting down punishment with the storm arrows. A great headshot onto Gouda as UTK finally gets part away from their side of the field. It is the Dragon Strike and the beat for UTK, while the Dragon Blade is getting close. Meanwhile, it's just going to be Bullet Shot and Transcendence for Drexel. Probably saving Transcendence for Dragon Blade, but UTK wants to try and force that early, probably. It is going to be a Bullet Shot onto Zippy. Colin hits it, finds the kill. And it is going to be a Dragon Blade from Paravir. Paravir finds another. He's going to find 3. What a blade by Paravir. And that is going to be fight win and game win for UTK. Once again, making it 1-1. Undefeated on Esperanza so far tonight. Zippy with play of the game here. Let's see what he did. That's going to be a good headshot onto Unwritten in the back line. Meanwhile, Splashtastic just going away from him there. He could have killed him right there. He just gets another headshot onto him. Another momentary break here as final map is decided and bans are locked in. Welcome back, everybody, for Game 3 of UTK Gold versus Drexel and their second placement match of the night. Winner of this gets a +1 on their placement matches. It is currently 1-1. UTK winning last game on Esperanza. Hero bands say Moira for Drexel and Rhine for UTK. Alrighty. Saravasa also played in the last game against Louisville, and UTK fell, unfortunately, there to their poor target priority and just not finding the right opportunity. Let's see if they can change things up here. Paravir finding a lot of success on the Genji is going to stay onto it, while Slashtastic goes onto the Ramatra. Paravir on the high ground, looking for poke, looking for an opportunity. Is going to be poking out Slashtastic on the side. Nobody really challenging Paravir right now. Looks for an it onto the team. It is going to be Gouda. Not really turning around for him. Paravir unfortunately not able to get a kill there. But it is Baralt falling very low, trying to survive as Dynamite comes out for Drexel, and it is Flashtastic picking up the first 2 kills of the game. Paravir on Unwritten does get help from Baralt, and it is UTK still fighting here. Mallow falls though, and it might be over now. Flashtastic gets another kill, and that's 3 kills for him in this fight. 59% ult charge already. Paravir has 67% on the Dragon Blade very early. Okay. And it's already 1,300 damage for him. Quite a bit of damage sent back their way with the deflect, and it is Varal going onto the Junker Queen. Hazard just wasn't working for him. A good swap, though, because he doesn't have to worry about the Suzu of Kiriko. Paravir getting close to the Dragon Blade on the backline once again, forcing cooldowns, doing a really good job. Bullet shot doesn't find anything for Drexel, and it is going to be Dragon Blade coming out. Paravir falls very low though, and he might just have to back out. Doesn't find anything with that, and it's Zippy and Mallow close to their ults. It's Splashtastic and Sena with theirs. Ult for ult there, neither finding a kill. But regardless, UTK still takes the fight and gets point control. Mallow with the Juno Ray. Let's see what she can do here. Baralt falls low, and it's going to be Mallow forcing to put some heals into her. Missiles come out, and it's Paravir finding a great flank and kill onto Colin. Gouda gets the revenge kill, though, and it might be Drexel looking to push this. It is. A huge high noon hit onto Splashtastic does get the kill. Juno Ray is too late for Unwritten. Juno Ray comes out from UTK, and it is going to be a pick onto Zenith. Mallow LOSing the Bob of Gouda, and it's Baralt and Mallow living while it's just Colin fighting. And UTK takes the first point of Saravasa. One more step on their way to victory. Next fight is going to be taking place at Gardens here, and it is Baralt sitting on the Queen ult, Unwritten going onto the Kiriko. Now is going to have to worry about Cleanse. Baralt looking for the ult here. He can taste it. He just doesn't want to deal with the Suzu. And the Suzu doesn't come out. Now it does, and Paravir gets onto the back line. Saves the ult, though, wisely, though, for Baralt, because the fight had already been won once Splashtastic had fallen, just walking up a little bit too far there. Paravir, Dragon Blade built again, Zippy close to his, Baralt with his still, and Root Mode close to the rally. While it is going to be 3 ultimates close for Drexel. Baralt once again tasting the Queen ultimate as they walk stairs once again. Uses the Queen ult, finds a lot of hits, and it's Paravir cleaning up a quadruple kill for Baralt as 3 ultimates are used for UTK. Root Mode using the rally, maybe a little bit overkill between the Blade and Rampage. Paravir and Baralt, and Colin used his Bola shot, so now all they have to use are support ults. UTK doesn't want to give them an inch, though. The zoning comes out for Zippy, doesn't hit anything. A great Wu Yang ult on the side of Drexel as it knocks down Zippy. Paravir falling very low, trying to live. Doesn't get it, though. Mallow finds the hit onto Colin, but it's Baralt and Mallow on point. Judo Ray comes out. All of a sudden, it's winnable. If Baralt can build Queen ult here, this will be huge. The Ramatra Annihilation, though, is living, and it's not good for them. And it is going to be Annihilation coming in clutch from that extra time from getting the hits onto UTK. Gouda with High Noon. Senna the only other person close to ult here. Colin still has some work to do along with Unwritten. Meanwhile, for UTK, it's Baralt close to his. UTK has to force a Suzu, though. Baralt falling very low. A lot of poke coming through from Gouda. Let's see what he's doing. Still on the off angle. Has the High Noon. Not really going to find it here. He's probably going to look to use that when UTK tries to get onto point. Meanwhile, it's Baralt rampaging onto point. Gets the kill onto Unwritten, but Gouda trades Paravir. High Noon comes out for Gouda. Oh my goodness, and Gouda finds 4. And Gouda chasing down Baralt. Gouda just single-handedly stopped the UTK push. And that's going to make an even 1-1 on Flashpoint Suravasa.
Flashpoint Palace.
Moving on to Palace. It is Paravir in Root Mode with ultimates. Zippy close. And it's Colin and Unwritten with theirs. Splashtastic building. Dragon Blade is ready. Paravir wants to hit here. Possibly with the rally for sustain. He can hear Drexel walking top. He wants the blade. Uses it. Gets a good hit onto Colin. Looks for another kill. He does get it onto Gouda. And it is going to be excellent cleanup there between Paravir and Root Mode, the dynamic duo. Now it's just going to be Zippy, Baralt, and Mallow getting close to ultimates, while it's Splashtastic and Unwritten and for Drexel with theirs. Let's see what Splashtastic, or better yet, Unwritten, let's see what he can do with this rush. Where is he going to put this?
Feels good, huh? Thanks for the heal. I'm here.
Tossing some kunais down main. It looks like they might be looking for the rush up on height here. Yeah, UTK is here. He might look for the rush.
Carried all the wind.
It's just going to be keeping up Splashtastic right now. Meanwhile, it's Zippy back at point looking for the High Noon. A huge kill. Annihilation is not enough to save Splashtastic, and it's Zippy with 2. with 3. Colin getting his 1. Root mode falling, but it doesn't matter because UTK is going to get this point, and it's now going to be Drexel fighting to claw their way back.
Palace secure. Next, flashpoint ruins.
Let's head to that objective.
Baralt and Mallow with their ultimates already built, and it's Root Mode and Paravir on touch with theirs. And it is for Drexel, Colin and Senna getting close to theirs, while Gouda has his. I'm on the Baralt cam right now, looking again for the rush. And then Suzu comes out! Baralt finds 1 with the rush onto Colin, and that is going to put them up 1. Root mode fighting with his team, looking to try and collapse onto one side of Drexel, and Root mode gets a little bit greedy there, trying to get the kill. It's Paravir, possibly looking for the blade. He is on Colin. Zippy with cleanup. Shout out to him. Mallow, the only person to use her ultimate there for UTK, while Colin used Bola Shot. And it's 50% to point for UTK. Drexel needs to work fast here if they want to keep this alive. Root mode with the rally is going to be a ult from Senna onto the Ramattra to try and get a push going. Gouda does find Paravir, and it's UTK forced to back on the point. They need to try and stall this to 99, though. And they are going to get it. All UTK has to do now is win a fight, and it's GG. Paravir swapping onto the Tracer. Zippy still holding onto the High Noon. Paravir falling very low from that cast perk. Freaking Silver Bullet. Almost taking him out in one shot there. Zippy High Noon comes out onto Splashtastic, does get the kill. Baralt finds 2. He has the rush ready to go. The rush comes through, does find 1. And it is going to be a fight win. Baralt and Paravir taking the point, and that is going to be a GG. UTK wins 2-1 against Drexel. A reverse sweep, if you will, because they lost Lijiang on the first game, and it's Zippy with play of the game. Ah, yes, it was this excellent High Noon onto the Ramattra, who also popped Annihilation, canceling the ult. And it was Zippy finding 4 kills there in the end. It is going to be another about 20-minute recess as the next games are finished up. Lobby will need to be created, and next map is decided, but this will be the last placement game coming up. Feel free to take a break, and we'll be back shortly. Thank you for waiting, everybody. We're back on the final game of placement night,
Initiating
and it's going to be UTK Gold versus the University of Michigan's JV team. Hero bands are going to be Hazard on the side of UTK and Brig for Michigan.
ready for battle.
Alrighty. Apologies on stream. The score bug is going to be flipped. So UTK is actually on the right here and Michigan is on the left.
Round one.
But without further ado, looks like we've got Michigan rolling out on a hog brawl here with Sim. That's going to be really interesting to see how that goes. Meanwhile, it's Geralt and the rest of UTK mostly on their comfort characters, and Paravir going onto the Junkrat first time tonight. Rega playing very close here in White Room, getting a lot of damage already. 56% ult. Falls very low, and Zippy's going to clean him up. But it's Cash getting the trade onto Zippy, and it is Regain with full beam behind Geralt. The Sim TP has been broken, and Paravir cleans it up on the opportunity. Cash on point, getting walked by Geralt and the rest of UTK. And it is Coalescence already built for UTK. The Coalescence really doesn't find much other than some good heals. And it is going to be Zippy cleaning up Rega yet again. Cash falling very low, forced to walk out, but it is going to be a pin by Geralt to keep him on his toes. And it's a good hook there, but Cash still falls very low. Regain with Simwall already, also doing very well. Ultimate's coming online very fast here for Michigan, even though it's already 29% there for UTK's point progress. Geralt has Shatter, and it is Cash finding the kill onto root mode. Simwall comes out, and it's Geralt getting melted. The Sim beat by Mallow is not in time. And it is Mallow stalling out point. And it's Zippy getting cleaned up by Cash as well. Rega killing Paravir, and that's a fight win at the end for Michigan. And it's Geralt shoved in the corner by Cash with the whole hog. A very greedy ultimate, but nevertheless, it's still a kill on him. And it's Cash still setting up on the corner here, looking for an opportunity to get a hook off and an opening fight pit. Geralt still with Shatter, Zippy with the ultimate. And it is going to be the rush by Strawberries, falling very low. Paravir's tire comes out, is destroyed by Greasemaster, and it's Michigan just cleaning up, decimating UTK. Now they're gonna have more percent than them on the point for first round here. It's Rega and Greasemaster with their ultimates. Meanwhile, it's another Coalescence built for root mode. Zippy still with Dragon Strike. Not anymore, he just used it. A lot of damage. And it is Rega killing up Zippy. Big Shatter by Geralt, finds multiple. Paravir cleans up. And it is a ramping Sim Beam, putting a lot of pressure onto Geralt. The Sim Wall comes out. UTK, however, flipped it, and this is just not Michigan's point anymore. And now it's going to be Regain falling. That Sim Wall's going to go to waste. A really good break for UTK. Paravir sees Rega on the side, gives a little bit of poke, and it is going to be a little bit of poke coming out onto the back line. Strawberries cleans up Paravir, and it is going to be the whole hog coming out by Cash Cash yet again, killing Baral. Cash Cash holds front doors, and it's Rega falling down to some excellent storm arrows by Zippy. Paravir with the Riptire looks for it onto the back line. They can hear it. It's coming, and Greasemaster falls. It's a regain on high ground. Zippy close to the Dragon Strike. UTK falling a little low. Zippy falls next. And it's very close point control here. UTK is going to get it to 99, but Michigan's going to get it to 99 right back. And the root mode Coalescence gets shut down, and that's probably just going to be fight win there for Michigan. Just ended up getting everything falling into place despite the setbacks. Unfortunately, just Ultimate's not used there at the end for UTK, and it's going to be 1-0 for Michigan right now, but it's not over yet. Still got Night Market to go. I think Night Market is the one map we haven't seen yet tonight on Lijiang, even though it's been played a few times. We've seen Control Center, and we've seen Gardens. But Night Market, this is definitely the first time seeing it. Paravir swapping off the Junkrat, going onto the Reaper. I like this pick. Zippy onto the Cass. This is just Gold's go-to Brawl comp. Paravir walking with his Reinhardt, and it's a Sim TP onto point for Michigan. Baral is in there, though. He's looking to fight it. Paravir falling very low, stabling in main. Baral and Paravir need to look at the same target, though. Fade is forced. Turrets need to be broken. And it's going to be Cash Cash getting the kill onto Baral. Another hook and kill onto Mallow, and it's just Hog after the buffs is just lethal. And another hook kill, and another kill for Cash Cash. He is doing everything. He is 91% ult charge. As soon as this Reinhardt tries to walk in, it's going to be a whole hog. Good scouting here by Michigan. Definitely playing for the whole hog. The whole hog is here. And it is going to get all of UTK into the corner. Cash Cash forced to back off, and the whole hog shuts down. Paravir getting hooked again by Cash Cash, and he falls, but the trade is there by Mallow onto Rega. Cash Cash helping to clean up the kill on the root mode against Regain. A big pin and a shatter. That was personal. Baral picking up 2. And it's Zippy with cleanup, and UTK takes the fight win and gets point control back. Michigan got 50% there. Rega on the side, checked by Paravir. Sitting on the overclock, possibly looking for it now. Rega had to have heard that Reaper TP behind. If he can get this Blossom off, it's going to be huge! Paravir with a 2-man Blossom, despite the Sim wall. And that is going to force Michigan back, and Zippy gets another kill. A good stagger onto Cash Cash. UTK used 3 ultimates there. Regain used his. It is a... And Strawberries also used Rush into main. So it is a 2-to-3 trade, which... Russian wall for Blossom, High Noon, and Beat. I think you take that. Not a bad trade. TP and Beat onto point for Michigan, and it's Cash Cash getting close to the whole hog again. Watch for it. Rega with multiple kills. Still hasn't used the overclock. It is root mode stalling the point out. 72% gain there for UTK, and it's Michigan getting their control back. On the root mode cam, he is getting very close to that coalescence again, and is going to get hooked. That is not what you want to see. Overclock on high ground by Rega. Baralt turns around and Rega says, thank you very much. Rega has the cross on UTK. The TP behind onto for Paravir. He is going to live. Paravir gets the kill onto Greasemaster. Burns the fade. Is very close to Blossom. He's definitely looking for it here. And UTK flips. An amazing point flip there for them. And now it's going to be Michigan fighting. Rega gets a kill onto Zippy. Not what you want to see. And it's going to be a Sim TP into main as the whole hog comes out onto Baralt. And he's going to get melted. Point control goes back to Michigan, and once again, it's neck and neck. It's two ults coming back for UTK. Paravir and Baralt cannot die. They gotta get these off, and it's Paravir dying! And they're not gonna touch. The Shatter comes through too late, and it's Michigan taking it very close. But regardless, 0-2 for UTK. So close there. It was 99-99 on the first point, and then like 95-99 on the second and Night Market. Just Cash's Roadhog just doing wonders for them. And this is looking like how it's been all night with UTK losing first map. We're going to take a quick recess here as next map and bans are decided. Welcome back, everybody, for game 2. For the third time tonight, we're playing Esperanza, elected by UTK. Rightfully so, they haven't lost it tonight. But it is going to be a Kiriko ban on the side of UTK. And a Junker Queen ban on the side of Michigan. Score is updated. Let's get into this match here. UTK has to win this in order to move on to a game 3 and possibly get their second win of the night and final win of the night. Wait a minute here. This is going to be interesting. We've got Baralt on Mauga. Haven't seen that all night. It's usually either been the Rhine, the Hazard, or the Junker Queen. This is going to be interesting. Paravir and Zippy, Root Mode, and Mallow still on the normal picks. And it is going to be Michigan only really swapping onto the Hazard. And it is going to be a double hit scan for them, along with the Ana and Lucio. Playing into the Mauga, though, Rega is going to have a field day building charge for his railgun. Cash, possibly looking for the wall here. Playing into the Mauga is definitely not something he likes. It is Baralt getting slept out of charge at the start there. Antied, and he is going to fall to the Ana. The Kiri ban for UTK is starting to bite back a little bit. But it is UTK still taking the fight win regardless of Baralt dying. Paravir getting the cleanup there. 43% to ult. Zippy 45. Root Mode 79. Root Mode just doing so much work to build those coalescences.
Let us proceed.
It is Cash going onto the Zarya. A little bit of anti-Mauga. Being able to cleanse the fire is very important. Paravir forced to kite back very low. Speed Ring is used. Dropping back onto Cash on the Zarya. Cash is cut away. But it's a high noon. Stabled by UTK. Excellent work there by them. Cash charged and just gunned down by Paravir and Baralt. And it is another fight win for UTK Gold. Excellent work there. Ultimate's approach. Root Mode used Coalescence there. And it's going to be 2, almost 3 ults for Michigan. And it's going to be 2 ults for UTK. Let's see what this Death Blossom can do, though. And it's Rega getting an early pick on a Root Mode. That's not what you want to see. UTK needs to crash out here. And it's going to be a nice nano save onto Cash. Completely negating the Blossom from Paravir. Mallow holding on to her ult wisely to save. And it is fight win for Michigan as they use the nano boost. And that's it. Rega, good first pick there at the start. Rega on height, looking for shots with the Soldier. Drops onto Paravir. Not what you want to do is challenge a Reaper at close range. And it is Baralt. Paravir getting a kill. Baralt in the corner. Runs out, looking for a charge. It's a huge charge! Zippy with a double kill with High Noon. That's deja vu right there. And it's Baralt just running through the University of Michigan. Cage Fight comes online with the Juno Ray. This could be exactly the kind of combo that can make for a deadly kill box. Rega and Cash with ultimates as well. It's going to be 2 versus 2. Who plays it better? Rega sliding up to height. It is going to be a challenge. And it is a grab Baralt wisely cage fights, and it's root mode. Getting caught in the cage fight, but lives regardless. An excellent set of ultimates there by UTK. Gets the trade, and it's now Cash making another tank swap. Onto the Sigma. That's going to be interesting, how he's going to play this into the Malga. This is either going to be hit or miss, I feel. Cash falling very low, forced to use the hands. Paravir forced out, wraithing out. It's Rega with the overclock, looking for it. Is going to get caught out on the side. Forced out by Paravir. 1 HP, and Paravir gets the cleanup. Paravir doing work along with the rest of Gold. And this might just be win here as Paravir sets up close for Blossom. They're not going to see it. And it's going to get 2. That couldn't have gone any better. And UTK steamrolls Michigan on Esperanza, going 3-0 tonight on that map alone. Play of the game going to root mode on the Moira. Congratulations to him. Let's see what happened here. Looks like it's going to be a nice flank onto Strawberries on the Ana. It is just going to be, yeah, it's going to be a couple kills for him. Score will be quickly updated here. It is 1-1. Last game of placements. We're going to Suravasa. We're going to go to intermission for a few minutes as bans are decided. All right, everybody. Thank you for your patience. We are back on the final map of tonight, and it's going to be, once again, Suravasa. UTK has gone 1-1 on this map, so we're going to see how this works out. Hero ban for UTK was going to be Roadhog, not wanting to go against Cash again on that character. Kind of bullying Baralt the whole time, it felt like. And then hero ban for Michigan is going to be Moira. Completely nullifying, well, root mode's main character. One to one, final game. The stage is set for whoever takes this will win this last placement match, which will decide their seeding for the rest of the season.
2, 1.
The doors unlock and the last game begins. SimTP comes out. for the rest of Michigan as they walk to point here. And it's the same comp with root mode except on Kiriko. Let's get on the Baralt cam and see what he's got cooking. And it is Regain on the Reaper. It's going to be a battle between Reapers. And who gets more value? Baralt running in, doesn't find a stomp, and is now kind of left out to dry. They need to focus down a target, and it looks like it's Cash. He falls first. Regain seems next. Fade is forced. Nope, it's Rega. Regain on Zippy, and Zippy getting punished for the greed. Paravir challenging, and it's going to be a fake TP from Regain, trying to throw UTK off. Not good enough, though. Paravir looking for the TP on the height. Finds it. Drops onto the Hazard. Hazard falling very low, looking to get help. And he's going to read the Wraith form. And Michigan getting the flip secretly behind UTK's back. UTK needs to reset here. Rega, Regain, close to their ultimates, while it's nobody really close for UTK except Zippy and Root Mode. On the Regain cam, he's going to get ultimate first. Let's see what he can do with it. Looks like he's going to play for this corner. He's going to try and get the Blossom off. Blossom comes through, does a lot of damage. Rega kills Root Mode. A nice set of kills there for him, and it's going to be both DPS falling for UTK as it's a team kill for Michigan. And they're going to take first point here and put UTK down a point. Cash sitting on the downpour, the Hazard ultimate, which can have very high value if used correctly. Greasemaster close to the Lucio beat to counter pretty much anything UTK has to throw at them. UTK has 5 ultimates to use here. First comes the rush, and it is going to be the downpour hitting multiple, but no kills are found. Paravir in the backline finds multiple kills. Quadruple kill for Paravir. Sorry, I couldn't find the camera. Nevertheless, it's still UTK getting the fight win and taking point control first, like last time. It is just now going to be the Lucio beat for Michigan, while UTK still has the ultimate advantage. So if I'm UTK, I'm looking to play up here. They walk in with beat. Oh, this is going to be a huge high noon here if he can get around the corner. And it finds 2. Excellent work by Zippy. Gets killed by Regain. And it is UTK looking to fight. Regain, no cooldowns. And he is going to get run on. Paravir falls regardless. And it's Regain and Strawberries doing it all right now. How is Michigan doing this? Michigan somehow flips that with just 2 people. It's a 2v3, it feels like. Good work to them. And it's going to be 3 ultimates online for Michigan and almost 2 for UTK. And now they find themselves on the ulti economy disadvantage. Rega, no hit on the railgun. It is going to be a hit on the root mode there, though. And it's going to be Michigan trying to push this here. Lot of damage coming out. And it's Baralt falling, staying in just too long there. 4 ultimates almost built now for Michigan. The poke game and pressure by them is excellent. They are not letting them walk. They walk low, and it's going to be an overclock looking for Rega, he might use it here. The Death Blossom by Regain finds nothing, and it's Paravir on Rega. Paravir uses the Death Blossom but doesn't find anything, and Michigan takes the second point. The pressure just too much. And it's UTK finding themselves starting to collapse.
Railgun charged. I'm with you.
Zippy and Baralt with their ultimates. They might be looking for a combo yet again. It worked out pretty well last time, but now this isn't. If they can cage an open space here, Zippy's going to have a field day. It'll be literally shooting fish in a barrel. Hazard ult comes through. Downpour does stick a few, and it's Zippy caught at the back. 3 down for Michigan, and it's going to be Regain getting his one, but Zippy finds him. And once again, UTK takes initial point control, but can they hold it? Taxi by Mallow to get her team back fast, and it's an aggro beat by Michigan onto point. They want to take this fight now. Paravir does fall first, and Michigan flips behind them. Excellent work there, maintaining point control. UTK needs to get out now. And they do, only losing Paravir there in that scuffle. It is going to be regained. 60% to ult, and Strawberry's 93%. She's going to get the Kitsune Rush here now. Baralt, Zippy with their combo, looking for it. He might look for the cage. Does get it. And he is going to fall. Zippy, it falls as well. 2 ultimates used to no avail, and Michigan just cleans it up. That is not what you want to see if you're UTK Gold. And now, all you have to go off is Root Mode's Rush, which is going to have to do miracle work versus Regain and Cash. And it is going to be the Genji swap for Paravir, electing to not try and build Reaper Ult. And there goes the downpour, and it looks like it's going to be point win, and the final game is finished for tonight. UTK falling 1-2 against Michigan. Very close there most of the time. Michigan just ended up getting more value on the ultimates in the end, though. Rega picking up play of the game. Yeah, overclock at the back of the map, able to just free shoot, not even have to move. It is going to be a nice couple cleanup kills. And that is going to be the end for tonight. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you have a great weekend. And next stream will be announced soon. Be sure to keep up on our socials and have those Twitch notifications. And thank you all so much for watching. Good night.